We're gonna do some action because we gotta do yin and yang, you know, we got yinned out there. Totally yinned out. Wow. Wow, that was beautiful. Would everyone stand up for a minute? And let's shake a little bit and just, there's three types of energy. There's air energy, right? And fire energy and water energy and earth energy. And so when you shake, that's air energy. And we just got some sound air bath that penetrated. And so we want to try to earth it. So, because it was beautiful. And if we earth it, it helps the soil and the air to this earth. So just shake. And be aware of your feet while you're shaking. And get this energy. And try to be aware, bounce up and down. Yeah. The nervous system holds vibrations, and as the vibrations flow through the nervous system and you get it through the earth, then it comes up and creates a field. And that field is called the atomic field. And the heart is a generator of that field, and it flows through the feet up and through the hands. So if you put your hands up now, you'll feel warmth and you'll feel like they're on, and you'll feel energy. And if you feel your feet, you'll feel the same thing. That's a field. That's inside of that doggy, and that doggy too, and all of us. And so anytime you got stress, you turn on that field, it lets the stress flow through. Less stress, less chaos. There's 4 directions. We all know those 4 directions, and in every native culture, those 4 directions are symbols to different things. So down in South America, those 4 directions correspond to different totem animals. And I didn't finish this yet, but these totem animals for the south direction, let's see, east, west, south, north. These 4 animals, the snake, the jaguar, the hummingbird, and the eagle in the north, and the condor in the south, are the totem animals. All of us have a totem animal. A totem animal is like a spirit animal that you vibrate or resonate to, that you can call, a close friend. And they come around physically to remind you of spirit. The spot for the snake is the first chakra. Does everyone know what a chakra is here? Yeah, it's a wheel. Chakra means wheel. It goes to all the glands in the body. The first wheel in a female is the uterus and the ovaries. In the male, it's the penis and the gonads. And so there's a wheel there, and that wheel spins. So if that wheel's spinning abnormally and it's short, you feel afraid of grounding. You get in the big city, and what ends up happening is these vibrations are different in the city than they are out in the country. So what happens, you feel a little chaos, like turmoil. So there's different things you can do to help that with your breath and with these totem animals. So we're just going to do a first thing to get the directions here with these symboled animals. So if everyone would face south, and imagine your favorite snake. Some people are afraid of snakes, but just imagine you're a snake, and the snake is your friend, and we're going to call upon the snake energy, or the snake for the first chakra. And the snake gives us beauty on the ground, beauty on the soil. The belly rubs the earth, and it's very close to the earth, and it coils up. And when it coils up, it coils its light to protect itself. Well, that same light coils up in our spine, and it creates more of a stronger electrical attraction from our body to our mind. And so picture your snake and give gratitude to the snake, thanks to the snake. As a symbol. And anytime you have stress, you can call upon that symbol and see that symbol. You can imagine it actually in your genital area. You can imagine it in front of you. You can imagine it as a part of you. And sometimes you'll be standing there and you'll feel stress, and then the idea of a snake will come to you. You'll see one, and it's basically that image that's helping to protect you. Then we go to the west direction, turn to your right, and the jaguar is the symbol for that. And the jaguar climbs up in the trees, and it's the king or the queen of the jungle. It knows how to protect. It knows how to be the reference point of protection. Everyone get like their hands and their feet are claws, like you're actually a jaguar with this, like you're a big cat or a panther, a jaguar. And that energy, as we're facing west, we just invoke it, we invite that. And we give it gratitude. And then we go into the north direction. So anytime you need protection energy, that's the jaguar. If we face the norte or north, this is the hummingbird. And the hummingbird flies all the way from South America all the way to Canada every year, drops down to the flowers and gets its nectar, and it knows exactly how fast and how far it can go. They fly 160 miles an hour. They're symbolic for having fun, having joy, enjoying your life. They go to the solar plexus, right in the upper belly there. So see hummingbirds flying, and see how happy they are and joyful they are. They bounce all around, they flutter, they can move and groove quick and fast. Fun energy. Then go to the east, and the east is the eagle in the north and the condor in the south. And imagine you're an eagle now flying. And when the eagle is looking down, it has the most incredible vision there is. It can spot anything from miles for its food or its prey, but it's an overseer. So this is the overseer energy of the eagle. And in the south, it's the condor. They're some of the biggest birds there are, and they are flight in the sky or the air. They go to the chest. They go to the lungs. Now, go back to center again. Our next is Mother Earth. Now, what is Mother Earth? She provides everything. She's love, she's abundance. Every year she does the same thing throughout the seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter. We're in fall now, the leaves drop, and every year it's like that. It never fails, never does it fail. And the nature is the dominant force here. It interacts with spirit, which is above, so we call it Mother Earth, Mama, Mother Earth. And what does she have in her? She has a bunch of critters: four-legged critters, two-legged critters, finned ones, furred ones, right? Little tiny microbial ones, insects all over, right? She supplies the energy for all that, all the bodies. Your body is made from Mother Earth, right? So let's give her thanks, Mother Earth, and know that she goes through phases. This is a little, and the phases she is organized with Father, Heaven, or Spirit, goes through these phases. The first phase is the electronic phase. What's the electrons, protons, and neutrons do? Are your thoughts positive or negative? Does the brain hold on to those? So if you're in a negative mood, what's your body going to do? It's going to break down. It's going to get disease. But if your mind is more positive, you feel better. People can have a disease anytime and they get positive and they say, well, I feel fine now, right? And then when they feel fine, you know, they're like, this rhythm changes, just like the weather, just like it might get a little cold or rainy, but then it's warm, right? It changes, and then what happens? Oh, I'm positive again. So that rhythm is in nature, that rhythm is inside of us, and that rhythm, if you follow it, it has an up and down. Its up and down can be emotional, it can be thought-oriented, but the idea is to have attitude above the mood. If you're in a mood, right, back off, you know, stand back, right? But if your attitude's good, people adjust accordingly, yeah? So that would be positive electronic energy. If we look at our medical system, some of us might be in the medical system here, but our medical system doesn't focus on health. It focuses on disease. It focuses on diagnostics of disease. It doesn't teach or educate health whatsoever. I went to medical school. There is not one class on health. It's all on disease, not a single one. But we pride ourselves in our healthcare system, and yet it doesn't teach health at all. So the health is packaged inside of you by your own thoughts and your own behavior and your own attitude and your own lifestyle. Habits create health. So whatever you do every day creates a habit, right? So if you got some negative habits, then you want to change some of those, right? Maybe. It's all a choice. And if you change them right, you can change disease into health by following what are called nature's principles. So how does earth then mix with sky or heaven, right? We call it Father Sky, Father Heaven, Mother Earth, Father Heaven, air, stars, sun, moon, the galaxies. What are we doing? We're shooting rockets up in the air. We're doing all this stuff trying to study out there rather than the inside of us. The key is on the inside of us. Let's go to Mars. Oh, let's go to Jupiter. Oh, great, let's go to Saturn. What's that doing? Is that really doing anything? Not really. But if we investigate ourselves and we change ourselves, then our community changes, then our lifestyle changes, and then we start to get, a community that is based on more reality, that we become what are called cosmic beings. We become more enlightened. And then when we become more enlightened, we create and we generate more truth within ourselves and relate that to our others. When we do that as a populace, we can overcome complications even when the wind blows, and reinstate ourselves to something new. So there is a process in life, and that process, if you have a diseased body, right, you need new minerals. Yeah, that's where nutrition comes in. But what do? Well, let's give you some synthetics here that'll control the symptoms, which is great in emergency care, but in chronic care, not so good. Not so good at all. Because the body was not made out of synthetic chemicals. The body was made out of the earth. The earth. So we put some herbs in, we put some foods in that are better, and all of a sudden we reconstruct our body. Well, look at the next phase that spirit was developed through is vegetables. Well, what do vegetables have in them? They have vital force. So if I'm eating a bunch of boxed foods and canned foods and I'm missing that vital force, right? What's my body going to do? It's not going to be as alive. It's not going to be resonating more truth, right? It's going to, I'm nervous, right? More nervous, right? Then what happens? We put in more live food. It's called live food or dead food. If we get too much dead food, right, we don't have enough life. You can do it, but you have to have a stronger mind in order to overcome it, but over time it'll catch up. So what do these got? The vegetable has adaptation. What happens throughout the year? Spring, summer, fall, winter. What happens in there? Spring, things what? Sprout, right? Summer, they expand. What happens? They fall off, right? And then winter, what happens?
Go to sleep.
Dormant, yeah, recuperation, dormancy. That's what our nervous system does every year. So if we adapt with nature, we start to change the reality of our consciousness to Mother Nature more than this synthetic Father Heaven that we're trying to build. And that synthetic Father Heaven, which is technology and chemicalization, is the cosmic delusion. It is the force that is causing people to generate these false ideas about a non-reality that they're trying to stamp. Poof, approved. Yes. Vaccinate. Poof. You're it. Okay. And then what happens? If you want to do that, you can do that. But it's made by man. It's not made by spirit. It's not made by the force that generated us. God made man, spirit made man, but man has choice. And man can do all those things. Women can do all those things. However, if we use more of nature rather than heightened technology, we become more true to the form of that which we were made. It's all a choice. The next phase that came, these are phase 1, 2, 3, 4, is the animal. And we all got pets probably, most of us, or we had one, right? And we just love those doggies and kitties and cats and birdies and fish and snakes, right? And what do? They have instincts in them. Instincts. What's an instinct? An automatic impulse, right? Well, the next species, the human, do we have automatic impulses, automatic behavioral responses? Yes. So we have these automatic impulses that we do, and we didn't what? Sometimes reason on them. We didn't think on them. We didn't go, oh my God, I'm beating myself up. Oh my God, I'm not safe. Oh my God, I've got high creative energy and I don't have any outlets. My only outlet's to screw. No, there are several outlets for the creative urge, several of them. What are they? Hobbies. What are they? Meditation. What are they? Exercise. Those are all creative too, right? So a lot of people wait till they get their partner and then they, okay, I'm not feeling good, let's screw, right? And then, oh, I feel better. And then after a while, what happens? It gets less. Because the fulfillment of the life force is saying, well, come on, you need a little more variety, you need some change. Glad there's no, sorry about, excuse me if any of that. So we want to work with light and dark forces of nature. And what are they? It's the sun. The sun does what? Why does our moods change throughout the day? Why is in the morning it feels one way, in the afternoon it feels another, in the evening it feels another? Why is that? Well, science, this is where science is great. They took a spectrograph and they went like this. And at 7 in the morning, or 6 in the morning, excuse, this got a little wet here, the red rays of the sun are strongest. Well, what is red used for in nature? To awaken, to turn on. It's like the key, right? Somebody, I can't get up in the morning, I'm so tired. You know, I just can't do it. Well, the sun hits the treetops in the morning. If you eat from trees in the morning, guess what? You can wake up quicker. You can wake up faster. What are those? Nuts, fruits in the trees, right? So the sun rises as we see it in the east as the earth turns. And as it turns, the red rays of the sun are the most prolific. They are at a certain frequency of nanometers wavelength, and they first hit the trees in the morning. So that's how Earth in the trees wakes up in the morning. So the metabolism in the tree is highest in the morning. So if you want to help Earth, if you want to be a part of Earth and help Earth, eat trees in the morning. Trees are amazing. I mean, they are called the hairs of the earth. So is the grass. But they're the hairs, they're the antennas of Earth to attract more cosmic orgone energy or life energy. They attract it. You can feel some trees have that oscillation more than others. You could feel like a great oak and go around it and feel that oak tree just vibrating really high and feel like, wow, feel like ancient with it. But the point is, the sun rises in the east, it hits these trees, and it opens up the leaves of the trees, and that opens up the pores of the leaves, creating an attraction oxygen vacuum to the birds, and they feel that and they start singing. They go, they start, they start singing in the morning. Now, wouldn't it be smart to eat from trees in the morning if that's what our Earth's doing? And if we want to help the Earth and we eat that in the morning, those red rays with the sun, which is turning on photosynthesis on the Earth, and be a part of that rather than the concrete jungle that we created, it would be nice. You could be in the concrete jungle and still eat that way, right? So then the orange ray turns on, which is right after red, orange, the next one's yellow, then green, then blue, then indigo, then violet, then white. So it goes through that every day. That's why people are so moody. Different moods in the morning compared to the afternoon, compared to the evening. It's the rays of the sun. Many, many, many theologists, scientists have looked at this. Spiritual scientists have said, well, yeah, the sun is the key factor keeping this planet alive. Well, greater than that is the spirit that created it all. Yet, if we want to help the Earth, we want to tune into that metabolic structure of the sun as it hits the Earth. Afternoon, we eat growth range. It's called zone 2. Zone 1's in the morning. Zone 2 is things that grow from 4 feet to 4 inches, basically. That and 4-legged animals and 2-legged animals, those are all in that zone. So what? A cow? Yeah, zone 2. A bird? Yeah, zone 2. What? Wheat? Yeah, zone 2. Corn? Zone 2, right? Lunchtime, in other words. Well, vines and bushes and shrubs go in that. I'm about to have some grape juice here because it's the afternoon now, right now. And I want my biology to tune into the breath of Mother Nature rather than the chaos of civilization. So I'm going to have me some grape juice is what I'm going to have. And I do that. I've been doing it 30 plus years now, and it makes a huge difference in being able to tune into your cellular activity rather than the worldly dominance of greed and anger and resentment and, people beating up people. So it's not that that's all civilization is, but it's got a lot of that. So these rays in the afternoon, yellow is dominant, and yellow is actually the light color that controls decisions. And if we don't make right decisions and we become a coward, we call it a yellow-bellied coward. Hey, you a yellow-bellied? Right? That's what we say. Well, a yellow-bellied coward, right, doesn't have enough what? Guts. So you're feeding your guts in the midday with proper foods. Zone 2, 4 feet growth to 4 inches, 4-legged, two-legged birds. Then the sun starts to go down. It's not setting yet, but it's going more in the west, and the green ray develops. Then the blue ray, that's the time for dinner. Well, what's more active? Is it the tree? No. Is it the 4 feet, 4 inches? No. Where is it? The activity is in the roots of the earth or low to the earth, 4 inches, low to the earth, in the earth, all your root vegetables, right? And then in the sea. That's the activity of the metabolism on earth in the evening. You want to help earth? You eat to how that sun flows. You do that for yourself more. You are changing your metabolic structure into a light being, a light mediating being, which eventually creates a carbon, we're carbon-based beings, into a light body, which is called a diamond body, a translucent body that reflects light. So this is the rhythm that we go through every day. The astronauts go up in the sky and they see the same rainbow. The rainbow appears in the sky. It's the same colors. These colors are so important in nutrition and in our bodies. Did you know that if you get more red on your skin, you get more hydrogen? Did you know you attract that element to your system? Did you know you also get more krypton? You get these elements that go to these colors. They're amazing. On that clock, it's not on here, we have the astrological system, which corresponds, what are we in now? Anybody? Scorpio? Scorpio. Well, I help people, right, with illness and stuff. You know, last week, how many people called me and said they want to kill themselves? 4. In Scorpio. It happens every year. Last year it happened, and people don't put it together. They don't go, oh my God, what's doing that? The stars. Scorpio is noted for death. It is the death sign, like a death wish. You know, the Catholics in 300 AD, you know who they put on Scorpio as the apostle?
Judas.
Judas. What did Judas do with the Christ, the lighted one? They sold him out, right? 30 shillings, right? Sold him out, right? So they put that there. So what's the point here? We have to evolve. If we don't evolve, who's going to evolve? It's not me, you, it's, oh, I got to decide myself. Each person has to decide for themselves if they want to do that. So it's an idea that is coming forth to change the evolutionary pathway of human consciousness that we are all a part of. We have 2 authorities, and those 2 authorities that we have are science and religion. And science has beaten up religion pretty good, in case you hadn't noticed. It's like a lot of the religion we got, it's not true religion, it's kind of a false but there are true religions. And a true religion gets you to the soul, to spirit. That's what a true religion does. A false religion just,
Just give us some money, we'll pray for you. Yes, okay, thanks for coming.
And that's kind of a false one, right? But the true ones, they teach you how to meditate, they teach you how to go inward, they teach you what peace is. Wow, what if everyone was more at peace? What would happen in this place? Well, I think we're already a little pieced out from that sound, which is nice, but we need it in the civilization too, right? Because what is the cosmic dilution? Technology. Technology is a resonance field that's called beta frequency that our nervous system absorbs, and it makes you, what's going on? Yeah, I'm fine. What? Hey. And when that happens, right, we end up like feeling neurotic.
Did you sleep last night?
No, I was awake all night and had the phone right by my head. Yeah, no, I'm cool. Yeah. Right, you need sleep, right? It repairs the nerves, right? So science, though, is getting stronger, and it's our new religion. It's the new religion. That's what's going on. But it's not in a true foundation. They keep it in the material idea. Well, what's the chemical structure of that? We'll have to make that and copy that and give it to the body. They got stuck there. But what flows through the physical body is spirit or God, or it's got thousands of names. And it's what flows, and that's what you want to harness. That's what you want to put inside of yourself, however you do it. That's the life, that's the true life force. Religion, right? The story Adam and Eve, if we live in a Judeo-Christian society, but there's, we got other religions too. But in that society, we were taught certain things, and I just wanted to say that with that original thought that, Eve says to Adam, here's the apple, Adam eats it, right? Well, what is the symbolism behind that? The true symbolism. The true symbolism is the snake. Remember the snake? The snake, that's why everyone's afraid of the snake, because of that story. Not you guys, but a lot of people, snake. But the snake, right? The snake is instinct. It's the guts. Look at the guts in the belly. It's a snake. The snake does impulses, automatic behavioral responses. What does Eve do? Feeling, heart. Eve's the heart.
There you go, Adam.
The heart tried to talk to what? The head. And what did Adam not do? He didn't reason. That's what the head does. This is actually the story of one person, not three beings. It's an individual. So the idea is to line yourself up better with those things to create life. Life through the form. So science has kind of beaten up religion, and people are buying this stronger and stronger. Why? Because of the beta frequency and the chemicalization that they're selling everybody. You watch the TV, well, you got diarrhea, you want to take this pill, it'll cure everything, and then they got the people in nature. Oh, everything's so lovely, I don't have diarrhea, right? And so you want to kind of use your reason on that. Maybe sometimes it's needed. It's needed sometimes, but it's like, well, I keep taking that, and now I got a headache all the time, and then I got this other problem, and side effects. Oh yeah. So in PubMed, which is the medical one of the journals, if you read on there, they did a study on chemicals and on herbs, and the effect was that the medicine worked a lot faster on the symptoms. Yeah, got rid of the symptoms. But the herbs in the long run, far more effective and less side effects, and the body was more stable. Right there in the literature. But do we practice it? No, not enough money. Sorry, you need that herb's too simple. No, we're not going to integrate it. The hospitals know about this, which is called chronobiology. And chronobiology, time biology, is every 24 hours, the blood shifts. It's called tides of the blood. So here, blood's going more to the bladder than any other time right now. Emotions get stuck in organs, and when the emotions get stuck in the organs, too much, too long, it causes disease. So, do you think that when you're pissed off, if you're anybody from China here, my buddy Chan, he was always saying, I'm pissed off! And he's funny. So pissed off, right? Anger, upset at something, right? Do you think later that might cause a bladder issue? Of course it does. All the organs, the blood flows through them. So if you, every day at 4 o'clock, man, I gotta hit something. I'm so angry. Well, perhaps you have a bladder problem. Well, no, my bladder's fine. I pee like a racehorse. What are you talking about? But it has an electrical flow. The electrical flow for the bladder goes from the fifth toe, the outside toe, the digity mini, the little pig went to the market, the little toe, all the way up to the back of the body, and it ends right here. And so in Western medicine, they have put and said, well, that's the sympathetic nervous system. That channel goes right along the spine. So sometimes that gets blocked, and there's a stuck jaguar that's on the inside that causes a conflict of interest inside of ourselves, and and you got to find out through mind, through heart, and change the impulse. Most of these things come from childhood or incidences that happen that were life-changing. Many times people have a life-changing event, and a year or two later they get cancer, or they get, some autoimmune disorder. It's because of what happened 2 years before. So with truth applied to the self, you can change the biological mechanism within yourself to transmit new messages into your nervous system or your blood system. I said a lot so far. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, the silent treatment, huh? Okay, so.
Do I have to pee because it's 4 o'clock?
Huh?
Do I
What?
have to pee because it's 4 o'clock?
Oh, probably, yeah. That's a good omen. Yes.
Hey, let's go, because I do have to pee.
Yes. Well, just make sure it's in a good spot. So, someone came in last week, and I keep waking up at 1 in the morning. 1 o'clock, right? So you go to this, and we did biological change time, the hour difference. So that would be here on this map. And this is a cheat sheet, right? So I say, well, who are you resentful at? Why did I say that? Because different emotions go to different organs. So I said, who do you resent? What is resentment? It's a deep judgment, or it's a deep anger. And he is in a court battle right now that he is having to a child that he has to, claim as his, and he's having an argument with his ex, and that's what he's resentful at. And so when we find that and we open up that channel, he starts to get more fluid with his idea about what's going on there, so that he can change that. If you have small intestine problems, you will get rigid about decision making, or you get strangulated by an old conviction. I have this belief, but I can't get rid of it. My dad thought that way. My mother thought that way. I'm thinking the same way. I can't get rid of that conviction. If you like melted cheese and you like dough, it clogs the small intestine. So you can clean it out and your thinking gets clearer. The spleen is part of what's called the radiculoendothelial system. Big word. It just means the immune system. And so it's good to have oranges at this time to help clean that. Orange, right? Vitamin C, calcium's inside that orange to help this organ. All of these have different things and foods they go with. And the key, though, what I want to convey to you is, if you keep having a problem at a certain time, remember that, take a picture of that clock and go, okay, well, wait a minute, this is telling me about that organ. And then look up online and see the meridian, go put like heart meridian, and take your thumb or your finger and push along that meridian, and you'll find that it's blocked. And if you push on it, you open up the electrical flow to it. Yeah. So what's the cosmic delusion? Science is blinding, not blame science. Science is great, but with chemicalization and technological advancements, if you hadn't noticed, they're always yapping about something to try to keep you away from yourself instead of in yourself, so that your thought forms go out there rather than inside. And the idea is to gather more of you, not, narcissism, but more of you inside of yourself with spirit, so that you can ground and be a mini universe upon yourself. And we all have that capability, and we're all knowing of that, in this space-time, yet when we go into the big cities, you know, it gets away. So it's very important that you keep that near to you. The heart's a generator, and the mind's a generator, and the gut's a generator. We have 3 brains, not 1. Our science teaches we have 1. Just past 30 years ago, they said, oh, we think we found another brain. It's the gut. Yes, but it's already been known 5,000 years already. So whatever they're figuring out has already been known. It's already been known. And so they just keep acting as though they're brilliant about this new stuff that they're finding. And then they change the word of it and call it some weird name, spectotumocaliciua. And you're like, what does that mean, right? So to make it important and make it like this ideation of techno language that causes confusion. So if you got a label or a diagnosis that's kind of confusing, just try to make it simple. The left brain does simple or complex, and science makes it complex, but you want it simple. The soul is simple. Soul is simple. If you keep putting simple in the left brain with your reason, you'll go far. If you put complex in your left brain, it'll cause a lot of turmoil in the nervous system. Right brain does emotion, right brain does feeling, right? The idea in meditation is to balance out the 2 hemispheres, the left and the right. Some of us were born right hemisphere more, you know, the artists, the creative people, and some of us were more science oriented. That's the left brain. But the idea is to balance them. When you balance them, then you're more in the flow of life within your space.